Hey, everybody, welcome to the SkyLounge podcast, episode number 280. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Follow me at the SkyLounge on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Podcast, and also check out the SkyLounge on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And without any further ado, let's get shit started with episode number 281 October and Vegas Strong, the apparition of the Desert Nightmare 3 years later. And boys and girls, I'm doing this episode in the style of an untitled rant downstairs, about to smoke a little bit here and watching some live sports ball as the LA Dodgers are taking on the Milwaukee Brewers in the NL Wildcard Series. The Dodgers are up 1-0 in the series, but they're up in the game 3-0, headed into the top of the ninth inning. And, it's nice to watch sports on a day like this, 1 October. It's a very harrowing and a morbid feeling all around the city. It just crazy to think that just 3 years ago, one of the biggest massacres on United States soil happened. And I gotta tell you, man, I was just a lot much of a dumber kid than I am now, thinking back about what happened 3 years ago. And, back then, I was working graveyard shifts, 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. And for me, just walking into work that day was just any other night. Just, all right, angry hotel guests. Gotta fucking balance out the goddamn shit. I don't know, gotta get passive aggressively jabbed at by unlikable and swarmy coworkers. But sure, that's just your day to day, right? But shit got a little weird when I kept getting text messages from people I don't really have contact with. And then when my close brothers are texting me like, dude, are you okay? What's going on? Any updates with your hotel? We got police radar and scanner websites if you need to hear it. And I'm just thinking, what the fuck are you talking about? And they said the word active shooter. In my mind, I thought, okay, those are some very intense words right there. Active shooter. And details start trickling out that something's going on at Mandalay Bay. And then you have security at our hotel saying, all right, we got to close shit down. No one goes in or out. Every fucking parking lot doors, we're going to shut that shit down. And that's when I'm thinking, okay, this is some real fucked up shit. I have no idea what's going on, but you pop on the news in the break room and there's been a shooting in and around the Mandalay Bay, festival grounds where they're supposed to have the country music festival. And I know it's the interstate fair, or I actually forget the specific title of the event, but it was a country music festival. And it was so crazy to think about the shooting happening there because the week before it was a Life is Beautiful festival. And I was there for 3 fucking days straight. So that shit completely just fucked my mind up. But I'm at work. I'm thinking, let's just get shit done. We're still going on the night. Still got a couple hours to get shit done. And, we can't do anything about just watching the news and bitching and moaning. And yeah, that's some real cold-hearted shit to say. And I've said some dumb shit in my life, and I still do. But I realize now at that point it wasn't the right thing and right time to say it. Now, granted, do you have to carry on and kind of do your thing? Yeah, you do. But to say it out loud to a workplace with mostly female coworkers is not the best idea. Just be honest about that shit right now, because I'm a dumb dude and I will say dumb shit. I'm not gonna lie about that. But in my mind, I was just thinking, dude, I really just gotta fucking get shit done. I gotta fucking get paid, man. I gotta fucking rent and pay, man. Fuck you. But man, by the time I'm about to get off work and thinking about what's going on, it was just crazy because they didn't let us out of the hotel for a while. And by the time I got out of the strip entirely, it's like four. No, I was like, it's not like four, bro. It was like 5 or 6 a.m. in the morning. And back then I didn't drive. So I'm jumping around the bus and shit, taking the weird long way because some routes were closed. That entire area near Mandalay Bay closed. And when you find out that 58 people were killed from the shooting, you freaked out. I freaked out. I mean, I'm heading home and getting that number. And I thought to myself, there's no fucking way anyone's going to go to work tomorrow, right? I know I got to go to work, but I know a lot of people are going to have to skip out if you're a Mandalay Bay employee. So that's all I was thinking about. But that reality didn't really set in until the sun rose the next morning, just in a couple hours after I got off work. And after sleeping on it, that reality dawning on you was fucking frightening. You're like, hold on a minute. 58 people are fucking killed in a music festival. Ah, fuck. That's all kinds of fucked. And I just thought, oh God, this is going to be rough for everybody. For everybody. And at my workplace, I mean, there were so many people that didn't show up to the work next day. There were a lot of people who up and quit because they couldn't handle it. I don't blame them. At that point, I did. Again, I'm a dick. I don't hide that shit. Sometimes I'm too brutally honest, and maybe that's my fault. That really can't be my fault. But, man, I would tell you right now that if I could go back and tell, my former self anything on the day after, I would say, dude, just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up and observe what's going on around you. Just process what's going on. Don't say shit. Just be, all right? But nothing really registered in my head. Nothing really glommed on. Nothing really was working here. It wasn't. And I'm pretty sure that's the case for a lot of people in Vegas. I've met people here in Las Vegas who've had family members either affected or been horribly, destroyed because of that event. It's so crazy to think about because you would think Vegas, despite some of the rough edges around, its weirdness, it's a pretty safe place. But that event just really opened my eyes. It really kind of shook me to my core. And for a good week, I couldn't really think. It's just an automation mode, getting shit done. But like tonight, I mean, unlike the grass, I had sports. Simultaneously while all this event happened, you had the Vegas Golden Knights, who just started playing in the city of Las Vegas, volunteering themselves all over the city. They're visiting hospitals, they're visiting sheriff's departments, they're visiting first responders. I mean, they're just all over the place. And shout out to all the fucking first responders, man. Police officers, firefighters, EMTs, all the medical field people, man. That 1 week stretch, you saw how close this community got together. You saw how inspiring, something so innocuous as sport can be, because these are just dudes who get paid to play athletics, but they're taking their time out of the day to be a part of the community that they just got to. And that's really where the Vegas Golden Knights endeared themselves to this community. This is what bothers me when I go online on social media and I hear people say, "Oh, Vegas Golden Knights fans are bandwagon fans." Bro, if you were here after October 1st and you saw what those Vegas Golden Knights players were doing, you were a fucking fan of them flat out after that, before they played a fucking minute of regular season hockey. Don't you fucking tell me that shit. All right? Because if you're a real Knights fan and you were here during the realest fucking time Vegas could be at, holy hell, bro. It's fucked. You know what, man? I'll entertain this idea too for you. Because you motherfuckers know I fucking go down the rabbit hole and do all this shit. Do I entertain the idea that Stephen Paddock was a setup to fuck shit up in Vegas right before the election? Possibly. Possibly. But to be fair, I haven't looked too much into it. Because for a good number of years now, 3 years at this point, it's been a very touchy subject. Very emotional subject. Because it's a lot of lives lost. Innocent lives. In a fucking music festival. Something that I can relate to because I was at a fucking music festival the week before that shit. But realities are fucking crazy. When you find out the truth, the reality that you perceive versus what actually is tremendous in terms of the vast gap of discrepancy and the illusion that you're surrounded in. The Vegas Golden Knights really made this city feel good. And not only that, not only did they, out of their time from practice and doing all the shit to prepare themselves for the regular season, they're volunteering their hours. They're fucking going all over the city, helping out what they can. They're donating blood whenever possible. And the Dodgers actually just won the game right now, moving on into the divisional rounds. But anyways, got distracted with sports. But hey, that's what sports does. That's what sports does. It helps us get distracted from reality. And I know we're just talking about, fucking Vegas tragedy shit, but the goddamn Dodgers winning the series feels really fucking good. But I'm going to get to that later when we wrap up this story here. But the Vegas Golden Knights became a part of this city. Straight up. And a couple of days after that tragedy, the Vegas Golden Knights became a huge part of what this city was about. And they're off to start the regular season in Dallas. And then a couple days later in Arizona. And they win those games. 2-0 to start the season. And Vegas is feeling really good about themselves. We're just thinking, dude, we're winning games. This is nice. We're forgetting all this bullshit. And the biggest escapism event, just not even 2 weeks after, 1 October, was it's the home opener for the Vegas Golden Knights in their new arena, T-Mobile. And man, when I got in there for that first game, because I took a day off, I needed it, and it was my birthday, October 10th, 2017. Popped right in there in the stadium, in the arena, and it was gorgeous. I sat in the upper bowl in the 300 levels, but by the time you have the pregame, I don't want to say show, but pregame tribute, no dry eyes anywhere in the stands. Nowhere. Everyone is crying. Because the Vegas Golden Knights did such a tremendous job, obviously with first responders, respecting them and, shouting them out, and the way they honored, the 58 fallen. And the game itself was surreal. Because the Vegas Golden Knights won 5-2, and they won it in the first period. I mean, there was no second and third period. They just completely dominated that first period, and that was it. That was it. And we know the story of the Vegas Golden Knights from that point on. They go ahead, have an epic season, win the Pacific Division in their inaugural season as an expansion team. They head into the Stanley Cup final, winning the West, but fall short in 5 games. And again, I hate this narrative that has perpetuated on social media from toxic fanboys that Vegas Golden Knights fans are bandwagoners. Oh, they don't know about, all this shit with hockey. They're suck. Okay, bro, but Vegas has been around for us, Golden Knights, they've been around for us at the toughest times, and they're ours. You hate it? Suck our dicks. But I wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised the amount of vitriol the Vegas Golden Knights got because of their success. I wasn't. Because when you win, you are going to get haters. That's just the general kind of rule of thumb, bro. But sports really helped us just kind of put our minds off of that atrocity. And 3 years later, it's crazy. We have an NHL team. We have a WNBA team that's headed to the WNBA final. Congrats to the Las Vegas Aces, headed to their first final with Asia Wilson, MVP of the league, heading in their battle against the Seattle Storm. And you have the Las Vegas Raiders, who have now played 3 games and it's 2-1 on the season. And they won their home opener against the New Orleans Saints. Remember that shit, kids. That's going to be key because their Week 4 game against the Buffalo Bills at home could be rough. But 3 years later, we have all these sports outlets that we can cling on to and just help us escape. And yeah, we can't always escape reality. We can't always null out reality. But when you bring on a situation so dark, so gloomy, something as light as sports, something as so trivial and easy as sports can bring you out of that darkness. It's crazy to think about that. Like today. It's kind of feeling all gloomy, a little chunky, eating all them carbs and shit. But talking about it, and of course, the Dodgers heading on over into the divisional series. Makes it better. I mean, sports, bro. It does alleviate a lot of that stress. It's good to alleviate that shit, man. It is. And 1 October never really feels, especially if you're in Las Vegas and you lived in Las Vegas, it never really feels as though it's the start of something great and new. It always feels like a bitter reminder of just something horrible. But at the same time, from tragedy, you know, beauty grows in a weird way. And, from loss, we understand love. From darkness, we see the light. And it's all these strange oxymorons that keeps us running, that keeps us going. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, man. I am super fucking chill and excited that the fucking Dodgers just, oh my god, they just fucking goddamn beat the shit out of the Brewers. And yeah, there's no competition. I get that shit. I do. I really do understand that. The fucking Brewers were dismantled with injuries and just vast underperformance all around. But man, the Dodgers just getting shit done tonight. Clayton Kershaw being the absolute fucking unit that he is. And yeah, motherfuckers, I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to fucking hear shit about Kershaw bashing anymore. All right. I know, nothing said and done yet. Okay, I understand that. But bro, Clayton Kershaw is a fucking god. He is absolutely amazing. Like, he made Christian Yelich look like a nobody. He made the former MVP look legit like a nobody. That is some real shit. All right. But on this 1 October, kids, we're taking some relaxers. We're taking these greens, these marijuana blunts to keep ourselves relaxed. So I'm not going absolutely ape shit over this win right now, but inside I am jumping all over and all around. But yeah, man, that phrase Vegas strong. A lot of people just say it to say it. But Vegas strong really is a philosophy behind this city, behind what this community actually does. In the hardships and the worst of it, we are stubborn bastards. We don't back down. We don't fucking hide, right? Get our shit up, go about it, and we get even better. That's what Vegas is built on, man. Fails, right? A lot of fails, but game back up, and keep on going. That's what you gotta do, man. And this 1 October, kids, ultimately I'll leave you with this. Las Vegas is a great city. And we're never going to forget those people who lost their lives. And honestly, in a tremendous tragedy, Las Vegas became better for it, for finding out who they really are. And I can't really call any other city my home. So that does it for me, kids. Because on the next episode on the Sky Lounge, we're going to go ahead and do more sports ball shit or politics. I haven't really decided, but I know it's kind of a shitty episode today. I really didn't plan too deeply, as you can tell with the Untitled Rant style that we have this at. But boys and girls, tune in for the next episode to see what happens. All right, motherfuckers. I appreciate you dropping by this episode. Follow me at the Sky Lounge on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Podcasts, and also check out the Sky Lounge on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And until next time, fuck off.